Hello, and welcome back to Podspeak English. It's John here, your host, ready to help you think smart and speak fluently in English.
And I'm Erica, your co-host. We are so excited to have you with us today. But before we jump in, we just have to say, you all are incredible. The feedback from our last episode, absolutely amazing.
Yes, thank you for your comments, messages, and even the funny videos you've sent us. Someone sent a clip of their parrot repeating phrases in English after listening to us. That was so lovely. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join the Podspeak English community. We have new lessons every week to help you on your English journey.
And today we're talking about one of the most important topics for any language learner, how to think smart and speak fluent. And, confidence is the key for that.
Let's be honest, confidence is the secret sauce. It's what helps you speak up, even when you're not 100% sure about your grammar or vocabulary.
We'll share practical tips, relatable stories, and sprinkle in some movie magic to make learning fun. So grab your coffee and let's dive in.
Let's start with a simple question. Why is confidence so important when it comes to speaking English?
Well, confidence is what allows you to communicate, mistakes and all. Imagine two people, one with perfect grammar but no confidence, and one who makes mistakes but speaks boldly. Who gets their point across? The confident one, every time.
Exactly. It's like watching a movie character who's not perfect but relatable. Think of Bridget Jones from Bridget Jones's Diary. You love her because she's authentic and confident in her own way.
Or take The Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith's character doesn't have the fanciest words, but his confidence and determination make him unforgettable. Confidence is magnetic.
And here's the thing, confidence is a skill, not something you're born with. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Exactly. And for all our listeners, remember this idiom. Fake it till you make it. Even if you're not confident at first, pretending to be confident can actually make you confident over time.
Great point, Erica. Confidence is all about mindset. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to believe you can communicate. And actually, people care more about what you're saying than how you say it.
Now it's time for story time, John.
Yes, let's move to the story time.
Story time. Real stories, real lessons.
John, tell us about one embarrassing language learning moment you've had.
Oh, I've got plenty. One time in Spain, I wanted to tell someone, I'm full after eating, but I said, estoy embarazado, which means I'm pregnant. The waiter looked so confused.
Oh, my dear John, classic mistake. I once accidentally told someone in French, je suis fini, thinking it meant I'm done, but it actually means I'm dead. Let's just say they looked very concerned.
Oh dear. These moments are embarrassing, but they're also unforgettable, and you learn so much from them. Mistakes are like the bloopers of your language journey. They make ourselves better.
Exactly. And here's an idiom for you. Every cloud has a silver lining. Even when you mess up, there's always something positive to take away from it.
Now let's move to practical tips.
Practical tips. Practical confidence building tips.
What is the tip number one, John?
It is talk to yourself.
Great tip, John.
Yes, dear. This might sound strange, but one of the best ways to build confidence is to talk to yourself. Narrate your day like you're the star of your own movie.
Yes. For example, you could say, I'm brushing my teeth. The toothpaste tastes minty. I'm running late, but it's okay. It's simple, but it gets your brain thinking in English.
And here's an idiom to keep in mind. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice, even with yourself, the more natural it becomes.
What is the second tip, John?
Shadowing your favorite characters.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yes, another fun exercise is shadowing. Watch a scene from your favorite movie and repeat what the characters say. For example, try mimicking Dory's line from Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. It's great for practicing tone and rhythm.
Or try something more dramatic, like I'll be back from the Terminator. Shadowing helps you get the flow and rhythm of the language.
Great tip. Let's jump to tip number 3.
Joining language communities is a fantastic way to build confidence. There are so many apps and forums where you can connect with other learners or native speakers.
Absolutely. Let's give our listeners some practical examples to get started. One of my personal favorites is Hello Talk. It's like social media for language learners. You can text, voice message, or even video call native speakers who want to learn your language, so it's a win-win.
Yes. And the best part is you don't need to worry about being perfect. Most people on Hello Talk are learning too, so they understand what it's like to make mistakes. It's a great way to build confidence without feeling judged.
Another app I love is Tandem. It's similar to HelloTalk, but it's a bit more focused on one-on-one exchanges. You can match with people who are fluent in English and want to learn your native language. It's like having a language exchange buddy in your pocket.
And if you prefer something more structured, Italki is a fantastic platform. You can book lessons with professional teachers or casual tutors for as little as $7 a session. It's great for practicing specific skills like pronunciation or preparing for a job interview in English.
Let's not forget forums like Reddit. There's a subreddit called r/language exchange where you can find language partners for free. Plus, communities like r/English learning are full of people sharing tips, asking questions, and supporting each other.
Good one, John. And if you're more into group learning, check out platforms like Discord. There are so many language learning servers where you can join voice chats and practice speaking in real time. It's a bit like being in a virtual classroom, but way more fun.
And for those who want a more gamified approach, Duolingo events can be a game changer. You can join online meetups hosted by Duolingo, where learners come together to practice English through fun activities.
I love that idea. And remember, these communities aren't just about learning. They're about connection. You can make friends from around the world while improving your English.
Now, let's talk about YouTube. It's an amazing resource for learning English. There are so many channels where you can learn vocabulary, pronunciation, and even slang in a really engaging way.
Absolutely. Channels like English Addict with Mr. Steve, Learn English with Lucy, and BBC Learning English are fantastic. They cover everything from common phrases to advanced grammar, and their teaching styles are so fun and relatable.
Don't forget Rachel's English for Pronunciation. She breaks down the way native speakers actually talk in a super clear way. And for those who love movies and pop culture, English with Vanessa uses clips to teach English in context.
And don't forget about Podspeak English. That's us. Podcasts are perfect for improving listening skills and learning on the go, whether you're commuting, exercising, or just relaxing at home.
Totally. With podcasts like ours, you can immerse yourself in conversational English, pick up vocabulary, and learn tips in a casual, stress-free way. And the best part? You can pause and replay anytime to make sure you fully understand.
Exactly. Watching YouTube or listening to podcasts doesn't feel like studying. It's more like hanging out with a friend who's teaching you something cool. It's the perfect way to make learning enjoyable.
And here's an idiom to inspire you. The more, the merrier. The more resources you explore, apps, forums, YouTube channels, or podcasts, the faster you'll grow.
And what is the next tip, John?
Record yourself.
Great tip. Don't forget to record yourself speaking. It's like having a mirror for your voice. You can hear what's working and what needs improvement.
Yeah, and it's a great way to track your progress. And here's another idiom for you. Rome wasn't built in a day. Improvement takes time, but every small step counts.
Let's take a moment to explain some of the vocabulary and idioms we've used today.
Fake it till you make it. It means pretend to be confident until you actually feel confident.
Let's hear an example.
Even though I'm feeling a little unsure right now, I'm going to fake it till I make it and just go for this presentation.
Next one is every cloud has a silver lining.
What does that mean, Erica?
It means even bad situations have something good in them.
Let's hear an example.
It rained during our picnic, but the silver lining was seeing a beautiful rainbow afterward.
Wow.
What is the next one, Erica?
Practice makes perfect.
What does that mean?
It means the more you practice, the better you'll get.
Let's hear an example.
If you want to be a good writer, you should write every day. Remember, practice makes perfect.
Wow.
What is the next one?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
What does that mean?
It means big achievements take time and patience.
Let's hear an example.
Don't worry about finishing this project too quickly. Rome wasn't built in a day. Just keep working steadily and you'll get there.
And let's add a few more phrases.
Break the ice.
It means to start a conversation in a friendly way.
Let's hear an example.
Asking someone about their weekend is a great way to break the ice.
Here's another one, piece of cake.
It means something very easy.
Let's hear an example.
Shadowing your favorite movie lines. It's a piece of cake.
Another one, bite the bullet.
It means to face a difficult situation with courage.
Let's hear an example.
If you're scared to speak English in public, just bite the bullet and try.
Wow.
All right, Erica. One of the biggest challenges is the fear of being judged. Erica, how can we overcome this?
First, remind yourself that most people don't care about your mistakes. They're impressed that you're trying. think about it. When someone speaks your language, do you judge them? Of course not.
Exactly. And here's another tip. Laugh at your mistakes. Treat them like bloopers in a movie. It turns an awkward moment into a fun one.
Yes. And remember this idiom, better late than never. It doesn't matter how long it takes to build confidence. What matters is that you're doing it.
All right, Erica, let's kick off this next segment with a big question. What if you could practice English anywhere, anytime, even if you're alone?
I love this question because the answer is you totally can. Here's the thing, you don't need fancy tools or native speakers around to practice English. Let's talk about some creative ways to integrate English into your daily life.
Let's start with something simple. If you have a commute, use it. Listen to podcasts like this one, audiobooks, or even sing along to songs in English.
Yes, and here's an idiom for you. Kill two birds with one stone. Use that time to practice listening, pronunciation, and rhythm while you're stuck in traffic or on the train.
Next tip is speak to your reflection.
This might sound silly, but talking to your reflection is a fantastic way to practice speaking and build confidence. Pretend you're giving a speech or having a conversation.
It's like your own private rehearsal, and remember, you can practice facial expressions too. As they say, practice makes perfect.
Narrating videos or games is another strategy.
Do you love watching sports or playing video games? Try narrating them in English. For example, Ronaldo, he's dribbling the ball. Oh, he scores. It's a fun way to think and speak in real time.
That's a great idea. It's like being a commentator for your own game. And here's another idiom for you. Step up to the plate. It means to take action and give something your best shot.
Now, let's talk about something a lot of our listeners struggle with, anxiety. Erica, why is public speaking, or even just speaking English in front of others, so scary?
Speaking in front of people feels intimidating because we're afraid of being judged. But here's a secret. Most people are too focused on their own worries to care about your mistakes.
Exactly. And as we've said before, mistakes are part of the process. Here's an idiom for you. Don't cry over spilled milk. It means there's no use worrying about mistakes you've already made.
One way to manage anxiety is to reframe it. Instead of thinking, I'm nervous, tell yourself, I'm excited. It's the same physical feeling, but a different mindset.
Great tip. And here's an example from the Karate Kid. Daniel learns to focus on the process, not the pressure. Wax on, wax off. It's all about training your mind to stay calm and in the moment.
Tongue twisters are a fun way to warm up and reduce anxiety. For example, try saying, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Can you please repeat it?
Sure, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh, lovely.
Or this one, red lorry, yellow lorry. It's tough, but it gets your mouth moving and takes your mind off your nerves.
Fantastic.
And when you're in a group, remember to break the ice. Start with something simple, like introducing yourself. For example, hi, I'm Erica, I'm learning English, and I'm excited to practice today.
That's perfect. And remember, your audience is rooting for you. They want you to succeed.
Okay, let's take it up a notch for our advanced learners. John, what's your #1 tip for taking English fluency to the next level?
Learn idioms and phrasal verbs. They're everywhere in English, and using them makes you sound natural. For example, instead of saying, I'm trying hard, you could say, I'm pushing myself.
Exactly. Role-playing is another great way to practice. Pretend you're in a real-life situation, like ordering food or giving a presentation. For example, excuse me, I'd like to order a coffee with milk, please.
That's brilliant. And here's another idiom for you. The ball is in your court. It means it's up to you to take the next step. So try role-playing at home.
And don't forget to watch movies with subtitles in English. Start with subtitles in your language, then switch to English subtitles. And finally, watch without any subtitles.
It's such a good exercise for your brain. Plus, you'll pick up new vocabulary and phrases naturally. And remember this idiom? You're killing two birds with one stone.
Now let's talk about cultural fluency. Understanding culture is just as important as learning vocabulary. For example, do you know why Americans often say, how's it going, instead of hello?
That's a great point, Erica. It's about connecting on a personal level. And here's an idiom to remember. Break the ice. Small talk is a cultural way to start conversations.
Humor is a big part of cultural fluency. Watch comedy shows or funny movies to understand how jokes work in English.
Yes, and remember, humor often uses idioms. For example, I'm over the moon means I'm really happy.
All right, folks, it's time for our fluency challenge. This week, we challenge you to pick a topic you love and talk about it in English for 2 minutes.
For example, my favorite movie is The Lion King. It's about a lion cub named Simba who learns to be brave. My favorite scene is when he sings Hakuna Matata. It's a great song about not worrying.
That's awesome. And here's an advanced tip. Record yourself and play it back. Listen for your strengths and areas to improve.
And don't forget this idiom, Rome wasn't built in a day. Fluency takes time, but every small effort brings you closer. Now let's talk about listening, one of the most underrated language skills. Erica, why is listening so crucial?
Because listening is how you learn patterns, pronunciation, and even cultural context. It's like the foundation of a house. If it's strong, everything else works better.
When you're listening to podcasts or movies, pause and repeat sentences. Focus on tone and rhythm.
Surround yourself with English, change your phone settings to English, listen to English songs, or watch English TV with subtitles.
Our final segment is all about building daily habits to stay consistent. Erica, what's your top tip?
Set small goals. For example, learn 5 new words a day or practice speaking for 10 minutes. Small steps add up.
Well, that's a wrap for today's extended episode. We've covered everything from confidence and anxiety to idioms, cultural fluency, and advanced tips.
Remember, mistakes are just mistakes. Another chance to try again. And as we always say, fake it till you make it.
If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, share it with a friend, and tell us in the comments, what's your favorite idiom or confidence building tip?
Thanks for joining us. Keep practicing, keep laughing, and keep speaking English. You're doing amazing. See you next time.